The tale of the butcher, the meat grinder, and God. There once was a butcher, a soulless one from the tale. He butchered anything he could get his hands on. A fearsome smile on his face, he butchered everything that came near his place. Animals and people alike, nothing could shake the butcher's taste for taking life. The butcher killed and killed each time, a grin from ear to ear. All the meanwhile, the creatures in his grasp screamed for fear. This butcher was atheist, you see. He did not believe in God, but only what he could see. As time went on, God saw what the butcher would do, and finally one day God said, "That's it, I'm through." He had had enough of what the butcher would do. With all the life he made, the butcher just kept a smile on his face as he chopped away. One day God walked into the place, walked up to the butcher and asked, Why do you kill everything in sight?" The butcher with an evil grin said, "I love watching them die, it fills me with warmth again and again. Into the grinder they will go, look at how lovely it is when they flow, from light of life to ground up meat, and all to go into my belly so I may feast." The butcher looked at God and said, "Get in. It's time for me to feed some meat into the grinder again." God looked and asked him, "Do you know who I am?" The butcher looked and said, "You're just flesh, so let's begin." God showed his true form. The butcher lashed out like a ravenous pig, trying to chop up God like a demonic kid. God stopped him dead in his tracks. The butcher couldn't move. He was frozen in place. God said to the butcher, "For life you disgrace, now you will feel what it's like to fulfill your taste." Instantly, the butcher had changed. He was sitting in front of himself, staring up with an unusual form. He recognized this was the first animal he had torn, his eyes peering straight into his old form, crying and screaming, trying to get away. The butcher's old form did what he did every day. Chop! There goes part of his face. Chop, chop, chop. The butcher tore his head away. Poof! Into the grinder he went. The butcher was processing the butcher's soul that was sent, poof, into the next animal that got near his shop. This continued as the butcher could not stop. God looped a life infinitely. The butcher cursed to be his own prey. The moral of the story that you see is no matter how much you destroy life and grind it away, there's always a God who eventually will make you pay.